Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of KSP. So, as it turns out, this episode is going to be a little bit short and sporadic, with only voiceover. Why? Because I hate technology. Well, no, not really. I messed up. I had some settings backwards on my thing. So, the reason it's sporadic is because I cut out the long travel segments because we've already done this before. So I thought it was useless to show it to you again. So we just went to Minmus, and I'm gonna land. And I tried to blow, and I changed the rocket design a bit, so we actually got more efficiency out of it. But then I kind of hit the ground a little hard and wonky, and almost fell over. And yeah, I was hoping that rocket would have exploded on the ground. Didn't work out the way I planned, but I think it's fine. And here we go with little Jebediah getting all the samples that we didn't lose them, but since we're in a different area, I thought may as well. And then I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to decouple that thing just for the heck of it. I couldn't do it though, so I planted a flag and it went flying. Debris is right. And now, it was just crazy. It was an interesting episode. It's too bad the audio recording didn't work. So then here we are, back above Kerbin. Skipped the nice long trip. Don't need to watch again, except do a long burn up. I do the same tactic as before because I want to land on the light side, but it turns out I dipped too low. I should have only dipped down to about 35 or 40k, and I dipped down to 30. And because of that, it pretty much drags me down right into the ground. And that's a problem at nighttime because I can't see where the bottom is, and I got scared that it would happen again where I mess up everything. And so I started like panic burning and deploying my parachute early. But then I started noticing that you could see the ground easier. And I almost crashed again, doing the same problem as before, where I cut the engines at the last minute and then tried boosting up. But I didn't that time. I'd survived somehow. So anyways, I did my got the signs that we needed and decided, it's time to unlock some electricity, the bigger engines, and I think it was survivability. I'm not entirely sure what the other thing I unlocked was. Yeah, the one with the storage container, so I could start doing space probes and whatnot. But instead of using it as a space probe for my first one, I decided to jump straight to trying to make a space station that we're going to land on planets. And the one that we're going to land on planets is specifically for Kerbin only. And I've decided I'll don't make it here. Here is just a whole bunch of me trying things out that don't work out quite the way I thought they would. I don't even bother like waiting till the ship explodes. I just quickly revert to the last save. But yeah, as you can see, it's just trying to figure this out, and I was planning on not recording it, but I said, oh yeah, let's record it. And oh yeah, and here, this is a weird one, right? So you can, the three decouplers will not, only one of the decouplers will connect, and that's the one that you attach to. All the other decouples just kind of sit there, and the rocket ship just lists lazily to the side. That was part of the problem. Part of the reason why this contraption didn't work the way I thought it should or would. And yeah, I don't know what I was making this for carrying that rocket. Oh yeah, I want to replace the old booster system I had to try and get a more efficient one, so I could get up there with not a more efficient, just so when I got up there, I could have more fuel and more usage out of that one engine. But I did change it. I think I did change it. Yeah, I most certainly did change it. I don't think I have it here in this video recording here though. But as you can see, the decouplers messed it up, and I right away just reverted. I didn't feel like dealing with that. So I thought, okay, well, what else could we do? And then I played with it a little bit more, and then I think I came to the conclusion that it just wouldn't work in this factor until they decide to fix that. Oh, I guess I do maybe show my final design here. We'll find out. Yeah, it's gonna be a double decoupler, but no, yeah. So yeah, I do show my new booster, and I do a quick test. I don't record the test, but I do a quick test, shoot myself to Minmus, have more than enough fuel to get back, and I could even have landed at the moon if I really wanted to. So at that, I was like, okay, this is good replacement for my last setup of a triple rocket design on the base, and so yeah, and there was just a mess up on the launch. So yeah, I don't show my next launch where I do all that, but I just, or maybe I do. Oh no, this is just showing that it's twisting. Still everything. And this, okay, so now we switch to a totally different rocket design. This is my mass, my LR mass. That's what I'm going to call it, just because it lifts large objects. It's made for lifting spaceships, not spaceships, space stations. Bases, sorry, moon bases to their objectives. Yeah, we'll call them objectives. So pretty much all I did was a whole bunch of big rockets with a little miniature boost in between. So the first there's two fuel tanks or one fuel tank, and then you'll have a Poodle, a Rockomax Poodle engine, the big one, and then I put three engines down, or three tanks down of the mid-sized tanks, and then slapped the mainsail on it, and then put, I think it was 6 or it was 7, I think it was 6, and I put 6 around the edge with only 2 tanks of fuel of the mid-sized tanks, and then just Rockomax sails, and then I added rocket boosters, solid rocket boosters after that, and that is how I got it to work, and it works very well, a lot better than I thought it would. I didn't think it would work this well at all. I was expecting to barely make it to Minmus and kind of like just barely fit everything in. But when I land coming up on Minmus, you'll notice that I have enough fuel to actually take off and probably get back to the planet Kerbin with the whole space station. So that means that when it's time to decommission one of these bases, it's going to be no problem, at least for the main center pillar. As long as I keep that fuel there, or I can even use it later on for transfers, because I am going to have it like as a big kind of hub, so I can just go on rover missions on Minmus without having to worry about always having to drop off supplies and whatnot. I'm just going to have rovers up there that are, I don't know if I'm going to base them using, I don't know, I'm tempted to put solar panels on there, but I'm thinking I won't. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, this provides a nice little base set up for any future releases, like when they do resources. This is something I could definitely use if they do resources, because I know they're shelving it for now, or they shelved it after 0.19 because it was just too complex. So maybe once they have multiplayer and all that other stuff set up, they'll start working on this more complex one, which would be really awesome, which would make these bases work perfectly. And you could have like crazy complex structures. Like I want to build. Like I just want to build one just for the heck of it, just so role play wise, I guess. And yeah, we will be landing very shortly here. Just zooming by here. Yeah. So as you can see though, and I still have one more tank of fuel yet, which I don't know why. Why do I have all those tanks of fuel? Well, because it's just because I can. Well, and that tank of fuel is part of the Minmus, or part of, that's like my Kerbin base in general. That's part of my base system. I have just the smallest tank with just another Rockomax Poodle engine on the bottom. Those things are amazing, man. Put out a nice thrust, good ISP. So, other than having a giant nuclear engine, this is the best you're going to get. And here I was aiming for the lake. The reason being because it's the only really flat part that I could tell on Minmus. Because when you're landing on one of the other higher level parts, or like the actual land masses, you do run into the issue of possibly landing on a slope or landing on a place that doesn't have much flat terrain. Landing on a frozen lake, however, there's a lot of flat, and that's what I wanted. So I aimed for it, and I had to do lots of adjustments and whatnot, but I do get there safely in this episode. Oh, and I don't know if it was included. It's probably in one of the older parts before, because I had sent this mission up once before, and I'd actually forgot to extend my panels, and I'd run out of electricity. So yeah, I guess that's what had happened at the end there. Of that, it happened probably at the 7-minute mark of this video. I had showed it, but I had forgot to mention it. But yeah, no, I'd run out of electricity because this is entirely non-man operated, right? I got a Sputnik on top, or Stay Put Nick, however you want to call it, and I forgot to extend the panels, and I had fast-forwarded all the way to the Minmus, and I thought I would have had enough fuel with all those batteries. I look at it, and I just got 0 power. I'm just like, oh, well, that's not cool. So yeah, no, I had to relaunch everything, and I just cut out the whole launch again up until the Minmus part where I had last left off. But otherwise, this has been a good flight otherwise. I must say. And I was expecting to have to actually get out of the spaceship and go land and do some stuff. I don't know why, but I mean, it's just force of habit. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment below, like, dislike, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I will see you all on the next episode of KSP.